If you're just joining us, this is our best of show. This is Zach, this is Derek, and this is Robbie. And we're going to go through games, movies, TV shows, all of that. And we have viewer choices. We actually did polls on our Facebook group, which you can join that if you want to. If you haven't already joined that, you can go to facebook.com/group/Nerd Network and join.
Only a few days old, but it's already grown really quickly. A lot of good discussions going on there.
Very much.
Yeah, it's been maybe 3 days,
something like that,
and it's already over 400 and something members. So hey,
458.
Come join us. Join us, so doc.
Come to the dock side.
But let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Games are up first. Viewer choice, that's what we're going to call it, viewer choice, as I burp into the mic. Viewer choice, we took a poll from several different games. A lot of them got pretty good, votes. Star Wars Battlefront did pretty well in the polls. Halo did okay. But there was one that stood out. One rose above because war.
Rose from the ashes.
War never changes. Or, war does change.
It always changes.
Just depends on if you're playing Metal Gear or Fallout. But our viewer choice is Fallout 4.
Yep.
It had a plethora. I'm using my words tonight. A plethora of votes.
That means a lot of votes.
It's like college education for you.
And I completely understand why it got number one, because it is a massive game. There's so much you can do. Huge. You can build a settlement, you can do the main quest, or you can do the side quests.
You can totally get lost in this world.
I have, because I'm at just barely into the main story, and I've discovered almost every place on the map, and I have like 12 power armor suits.
That's one thing is there's a ton of open world games these days, and it has you doing all of these things, and it kind of gets old after a while. But when you find that one game that resonates with you, you want to live in that world. You're looking for it, because I've tried several games this year that just didn't do it for me, and I've spent a ton of money on that, but it was definitely worth it. So there's your viewer choice award, and that is Fallout 4. Now let's do our game of the year. Derek, I'm going to let you start off first.
Well, it's been pretty well documented on this podcast that out of the three of us, I'm probably the least involved with video games.
Seeing as 80% of his collection is still in the wrapper.
I wouldn't go that
He's
far.
a collector. Okay,
60%.
you got to keep it in the package if it's going to be worth it.
That being said, my choice is Battlefront, and I will tell you why.
Okay,
Tell me.
As someone
Tell me about it, stud.
There's this mute button right over here I'm about to use.
please.
As someone who isn't as involved with video games and someone who doesn't have as much time to play video games, it's nice to have a game where you don't really have to do much except just jump right in, shoot down ships, shoot down stormtroopers, rebel soldiers. You literally just join a map and you play. And visually is one of the best games I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
And with the sound effects, the music, you feel like you're in that world of Star Wars.
Pew, pew, pew.
And those combinations of things is why that's my vote for Game of the Year.
Yeah, that's one thing that I really enjoyed about Battlefront is that little time that you do have that you can spend on playing games. You can just jump in 45 minutes. You've played 5 or 6 matches if they go quickly.
Yeah.
And you've got your pent up aggression throughout the day because you want to kill people, and if you don't kill people in real life. But that's one thing is so many games, like I was saying, the open world, Fallout 4, you can't go in 45 minutes. It's really hard to get out of that world in 45 minutes or less. So it's, having that in there is really cool. And Star Wars, it's sexy.
Yeah.
It's sexy.
The name sells itself.
Oh, yeah. Robbie?
I have to go with the viewers. Mine is Fallout because I have spent an ungodly amount of hours already into this game. Like I said, I haven't done a lot of the main story, but I have completed a vast majority of settlements. I have a thriving population in the wastelands, so everything's and it's beautiful.
The
Commonwealth.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful. The game looks great. It was buggy at first. There's still some things that go wrong. But, that's with any game. You're going to find that stuff in. I love it. That's why it's my numero 1.
Your numero 1, since
my
we're
numero
not
1.
doing a top 5. I'm going to go away from a AAA title, actually. And I'm going to go with Life is Strange. This is a Square Enix produced property, and Don't Nod is actually the developer. This game was so much fun. It's episodic, and I know a lot of people are trying to get away from that now. They're like, oh, Telltale. This is totally different than Telltale's formula, and Telltale has gotten more and more formulaic. The only thing that's been really good this year has been Tales from the Borderlands. But this game was just so good. It kept me interested. Amy would watch me play. She played some. It was that story, that character Max and Chloe, and you're building this relationship and everything, and you want to see what's going on. What's the next thing? You have these powers to rewind time. Who hasn't wanted to rewind time and experience an event trying something different? But you find
I've had quite a few experiences.
you find out, as it goes along that power is causing problems. It's destroying the world and everything. And just the twists and turns of this game.
What a twist.
It was
What a twist.
Amazing. I still can't believe how good of a game that was. And it was like $20 for the whole thing.
That's not bad.
And it was like an hour or two each episode, and it was stylized, it looked good, it was just a lot of fun. So if you haven't played Life is Strange and you're looking for something more story based, definitely do that. It's not a huge sink of time like Fallout is, which Fallout is an amazing game. Battlefront, that's another amazing game, but I wanted to go a little different.
I like it.
He wanted to be different. He wanted to be special.
I like the choice, though.
So let's go into overrated game of the year. Every year there's games that get hype.
Super hype.
Hype. And then there's games that just kind of slide under the radar. So let's start over here with Robbie this time. What is your overrated game of 2015?
I'm probably going to get a lot of flack for this. I mean, I love this franchise. I love the game. It's been amazing. But from what everybody hyped it up to be, Halo 5 was not where it needed to be, in my opinion. And I love the game. I still play it. I play multiplayer, which is about the most fun that I can get out of it. The multiplayer is amazing. The story was lackluster. If you didn't read certain books, you were completely lost in a lot of the characters and a lot of things that were going on in the game. Like I said...
Keep going.
Like I said, I love the game. But I just felt like it was overrated for what they gave out.
Yeah, I totally agree. My overrated game is Halo 5. I wanted to like this game. I've loved this game for a very long time. I've been a die-hard Halo fan for years. And then Halo 4 hit, and I was like, what is this crap? And the story didn't make any sense. I've read the books. That doesn't slow me down. I actually read the books, and I enjoy them. But then this game comes out, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to try to like it. And I've played here and there. Me and Robbie played for about an hour, and that was about it. And it just... It is what it is. I hope I can finish it. So, what's your overrated?
Well, we're going to sweep it because mine is Halo 5 as well. I haven't played it, but I've watched a lot of gameplay and reviews online, and I grew up, loving the Halo games. I mean, I can remember the LAN parties having, for Halo 1, 2, so on and so forth. Love the franchise, but from what I've seen and from what I've heard people say and reading reviews, it doesn't seem like it met the hype that that they put behind it.
Yeah, it was just pushed really hard advertising-wise and everything. And even GameStop said that it did not sell as well as they had predicted.
So, I'm not surprised.